I wanted to share with you one of the most freeing experiences that I had while I was in seminary. It was while I was taking the Myers-Briggs personality sorter, because it revealed to me that I am by nature a strong introvert. So for me, it was an aha moment, like, so that's why I'm so uncomfortable in crowds, uncomfortable in speaking publicly, uncomfortable initiating conversations and talking to people that I do not know yet. As one of my fellow introverted friends said once in my presence, I would rather hide under a rock than speak to a stranger. I could so identify with that. So it was very freeing for me to learn that that is how I am made, and it's legitimate, and it's okay. But also freeing to learn how to compensate it in order to accomplish goals and tasks that are important to me, and yet they involve the very things that make me uncomfortable. I learned that I could step out of that comfortable box or emerge from behind the rock if I had sufficient motivation and passion. For instance, being a pastor to others was something that was more important to me than the physical or emotional discomfort I experienced as an introvert. I learned, and truthfully am still learning, that I can control my introvertedness rather than letting it control me. By focusing on how the other person is feeling helps me to not focus so much on how I'm feeling. I suspect that there are others in the room, whether introverted or not, who are uncomfortable greeting people they have never met. And yet, when people take the risk to worship in a room full of strangers, and it is important that they are made to feel welcome. In fact, that they have made others glad that they came. The Evangelism Committee has been wrestling with this. It's a misconception that the purpose of the Evangelism Committee is to be charged with doing the evangelism work for the church. Actually, the purpose of the Evangelism Committee is to help inspire and encourage, to assist and enable and equip all the members of our congregation to do the work of evangelism. In reality, we are already evangelists. The Greek word that is translated evangel, the Greek word evangel is translated to mean good news. And we are all evangelists in one sense or another about something that is good news to us. It may be about our grandchildren, or it may be about scrapbooking, or the Chiefs, or the Royals, or the Jayhawks. Whatever we are passionate about, we become evangelists. Mine happens to be playing the card game hand and foot. And Bob can talk endlessly about repairing chairs. At present, our church's evangelism emphasis is internal, getting comfortable with welcoming and getting acquainted with people who step inside our doors. It's really not such a big deal, but it does take looking around for people you have never met. It takes wanting to meet them, maybe having a few questions in mind ahead of time to get a conversation going, such as, are you new to Lawrence? Or, how did you happen to join us for worship today? Or, if you are forgetful, as I am, you might start out by saying, it's good to have you worshiping with us today. Have we met before? I leave you with this thought. It's worth being a little uncomfortable for the sake of making someone else feel both valued and comfortable and welcomed.